So a client of ours has bought in a Jaguar XF. Complains about water being the passenger footwells and the drivers. Passenger one is mainly leaking heavier. As you can see, it's not too bad this side. Obviously having water under the underlay isn't particularly good because it tends to build up as mould. And it doesn't go notice until it's already too late, until you start sort of getting the smells, all that sort of kind of stuff. So you can see the side's fairly dry. So you've got this wet here. This is just where the water's running back. I'll come and show you in a second. You'll see that the client's actually bought it to the garage before. They've been to multiple and they've actually ended up pulling out the carpet, some of that, just to see what's going on underneath here. Because what they were saying was they were seeing water come down the back of his bulkhead and then it's made its way underneath here all the way through. But right, what we found so far is all these door rubbers aren't actually sealed on and they're just extremely loose. Just kind of with the easiest pinch. So what happens is water gets in between this lip, so it runs down here into there and it makes its way down all the way there, and then obviously where it's turned upside down at the bottom, that's when it starts to make its way into the actual trim itself. That's the same for all 4 door rubbers. Tag rubber's on fine though, which is good. Petrol cap on this one is pretty dirty and blocked, so we're going to unblock that. Door membranes in this are actually designed so that they can let water drain out the car without it touching the lip of this rim. So what it does is it sends it to here underneath and it goes straight out. As you can see here, this is where it shuts, whereas normally there's no lid like this, it's just the door membrane itself. Rear lights working fine. Rear air vents working fine, not leaking at all. You can see they've got this scuttle area off because they were worried about the blanket plate behind it. But that seems to be working fine. Pollen housing filter is working fine as well, which is good. If I go to now, what I'm going to show you is the culprit of the leak, and it is coming from the windscreen, which is both sides. And yeah, I will get to that now. So we're just showing you the windscreen now, and you can see what's coming water running out of the windscreen. Probably got an air line. Basically what it's doing is just getting gaps that the water can get in and then start to bubble up. That's why we soak the water. Sometimes these you've got to get it in such a right spot, otherwise you don't even notice it. And then you're like, where's the water coming from? And you think you check the windscreen, but you haven't.
Coming out of here, isn't it?
Yeah. Right, so you can see now, my colleague's just got the airline down the windscreen, and you can see these bubbles disappeared here. We'll give it some more. because that's what happens when the water goes through. As you can see, it's being sort of temperamental, but that's why we use soap and water, because the air gets through underneath and creates the bubbles. Let's take a look down the bottom here. You can see some come underneath here. My colleague has got the airline inside. Should be able to see something above him where the windscreen is not fitted properly. Oh, there you go. See that big bubble there? So that's the air pushing it out. You can see there. Still going. So basically what that is there's obviously some sort of problem with the seal, whether it's been worn away or whether it's been taken to a body shop, but I know this is a replacement one, so they may not have put it on properly, but what we'd have to do is we have to get you quoted up for that, and yeah, we'll put that on the estimate, and we will get that sent over. Also, one more quick thing, which is a recommendation, because we get this all the time on Jaguars. It's very common. You see that grommet down there? It's a little lip behind this. You've got this door loom here, and right behind is that grommet there. You can see it's been painted over. They leak, and it's very common. And we'd recommend you get them done. I mean, they're not leaking at the moment, but if it does start to leak, you won't be in for a free re-dry. Which we provide if you go ahead with all our recommendations, and this is because we get this quite a lot, where we go, look, we can see this all the time, we recommend you get this, and then people end up saying no. But if you have a look, you can see it's been painted over, but yeah, they're very common, and that can come out this side into the box section. But yeah, apart from that, that's all. Oh, including lights. Just another bit that we found on the Jaguar XF. You can see that boot lining up there is actually completely missing. So it's actually a bit of a shock that the boot isn't wet. So on this side, you can see what it should look like. You can see it's plugged in there. And then around this side, completely hanging off. So what we'll do is we'll clean that up and then put that back in with some sealant. Right, just doing a quick interim video on the Jaguar XF. You can see we've got the carpet pinned up, and we've got the other seat out as well. And we found it's dry that side, so it's just this side here. You can see we've got a pile of water built up around there, and we've also got, we'll give it a squeeze. You can see we've actually been letting it sit for about an hour or so. So we're going to get to suck the water out now, get the dry machines in, and all we've got to do is reseal those grommets behind there, and then we're also resealing the boot looms, and we're going to get your windscreen all booked in to get taken out so we can see what's going on underneath. That's all, just a quick interim video, just keeping you updated. So another quick update on the Jag. You can see the boys have got the windscreen out right now. All they've got to do is cut off the sealant. We can see what's going on underneath. You can see here, it doesn't seem to be too bad. So, I mean, there's a little bits and bobs, little gaps there. But apart from that, all's done.
Okay, so we've got the Jaguar on the test arch, as you can see, and it's simulating it's out in the rain. And so what it's doing is obviously dropping onto the car and running down the car as well. So we're going to leave it obviously in test mode for a little while, and then we're going to obviously check to see obviously if anything's come through, but all the screen's been refitted there, and so that's that one all done.
Okay, just the end video on the Jaguar that we had in. Done a few bits and pieces to this vehicle. It was leaking by the screen. That has come out and been resealed. We have resealed around the bottom here in these grommets, the wiring grommets, as they were leaking. And we've done that both sides. As you can see inside the car, I'll try and do this quickly as it is raining. All nice and dry. Both sides have been lifted and all dried, so that's all good. If I come around to the rear of the vehicle, the wiring loom into the boot as well, that has all been sealed up. So the points are getting tucked right in there. So that's all been stripped, so it's all nice and dry in here as well. Obviously we say that it needs to go out and have its real world test now. By that, obviously drive it around as normal. It's part of the reason that we've parked it in the rain, just to allow it to continue to be tested until it's collected. But apart from that, one dry vehicle ready to go and use.
Amazing.